Amazon was a pretty successful company by the year 2014, and Jeff Bezos wanted to create a fire in the mobile phone industry. Well, he did start with something. He did try to create a fire, but it failed. Amazon created its first smartphone product, that was a Fire phone, in the year 2014, and it was a big marketing gimmick in the market. Jeff Bezos came up with various different features, but Mr. Bezos basically wanted to create a product that could beat the iPhone, and Amazon could cement as the number one company in the world. And well, he did spend a lot of money into the research and development for the Fire phone, and it did come up with pretty different features, but they were not good enough. Now let us talk about the features here. One of the main features of the Amazon Fire phone was that on the front it had 4 cameras, giving a 3D perspective to the viewer. So whenever you view your phone from an angle, the angle also changes based on your facial feature or based on your facial movement, and that kind of gives you a 3D perspective. While that was a good feature, it couldn't be implemented properly. The second feature of the Fire phone was the Firefly mode. And Firefly mode was definitely something that had a lot of value for Amazon, but not necessarily its customers. The Firefly feature was something like when you use your Fire phone camera and you aim at a product, that product, if it's on Amazon, it directly takes you to the Amazon shopping page. And that is a pretty big deal for Amazon, as during the using the Firefly feature, they could have made a lot of sales. The third one was Mayday. And Mayday is a really good feature which allowed you to talk to an Amazon assistant 24 by 7 any time of the day. Right. And the fourth feature of this was the Amazon Prime integration. Now by this time, Jeff Bezos was pretty sure about creating a subscriber economy, and he wanted to come up with a product that people subscribe to every month that gives Amazon a concrete revenue. And that is how Amazon Prime was started. And initially it was exclusive to the Amazon Fire phone users. And the last use, which is pretty much useful in all the phones till date, which was, you can say, started by Amazon, which was a one-handed use. So there were different shortcuts and methods on the phone that could let you use the phone with just one hand. Now these were really great features, but they could not be implemented well. And the other thing is, except for one of the features, that is a 3D perspective, if Amazon had just made it all into an app and gotten a subscribe. Now while Amazon did have some different features, in all honesty, all of it could be gathered into an app and sold as Amazon Prime only. Because all the features are not that unique enough to pay a hefty price of $649. Exactly. $49 was the introductory price of Amazon Fire phone. During the same time, Samsung's flagship phones and the iPhones were available at the same price. But high pricing was not the only reason why the Amazon Fire phone failed. There are a couple of other reasons. Let's talk about them. So there are certainly a lot of reasons why Amazon Fire phone failed, and we talked about one of it, which was the pricing. $649 was a huge amount, and Amazon soon realized it. And during its period, or during its lifespan of 1 year, they did reduce the prices from $649 to $550 to even $200. But people were still not willing to buy the phone. Now, let us look at reason number 2, why they were not. Reason number 2 why it failed was their same career adaptability. Amazon had tie-up with America's one of the most popular SIM card or internet services, that was AT&T. But that was only it. People who were subscribed to other cards, let's say for example Virgin or any other cards, they were not able to use this phone. And that is why people did not buy this phone. The third reason, which was Amazon collaborated with Android in such a way that they wanted to create their own software. So they did not necessarily use the Android OS, but they came up with their own OS. And that's why they did not have access to the Google Play Store. And Amazon had to have its own Play Store service, on which many of the apps did not exist. In order to capture the market and climb the staircase of success in the smartphone market, unlike me, failed in doing that because of these reasons. And Jeff Bezos in 2016 in an interview admitted why they failed, but he also said that Amazon is all about innovation. We have failed once, we are going to fail again. And that is the reason why Amazon is one of the most successful companies in the world. We talked about the failed product. Now let's talk about one of the most successful products in the world. You love to call it, I love to call it. Switching over.
Asked me for a poll. Successful product. Amazon launched Alexa in 2004 And in just the first quarter, it had reached great heights. It was proven to be extraordinary, and by 2017, it contributed to 38% of Amazon's revenue growth. It had proven to be a trump card. To ask ourselves this question, why was this product successful? One of the reasons is voice activated interface. People find it very easy and convenient to just speak from the other room and be like, Alexa, set timer. And there you go. You have a timer set. Reason number 2, smart home integration. Now, Alexa has been integrated into many smart home devices. It has become the central hub of all automation. So now, let's take an example. Alexa, turn the lights off. Now, third-party integration is the reason number 3. You see, apps like Uber and apps like Zomato are integrated with Amazon's Alexa. So people can easily place orders for whatever food items, or they can just book a cab easily. Fourth one is continuous improvements. Knowing Amazon, they instill continuous improvements in, say, features or any other requirements that the consumers want. And reason number 5, and the final one, is that they have a great brand value. Now, what comes with brand value is trust. People trust Amazon, and therefore Amazon's Alexa. Now, the second question that we need to ask ourselves is, how was Alexa marketed? Now, Amazon used techniques of digital marketing and traditional marketing, combined them, and then marketed Alexa. So, for example, they use TV commercials. TV commercials is one of the most traditional ways of marketing certain products, and this was their first step towards marketing it. The second one was influencer marketing. Now, this is slightly not a traditional thing to do, because influencers is a very up and coming thing of today. So, influencer marketing means that all of the people that are on Instagram, they basically use the product and then they market it to their follower base. After that, we have commercial marketing. Commercial marketing is basically when the product is used in various famous TV shows, like suppose Grey's Anatomy. They can just use the product in the show and create a buzz between people. The fourth thing that they did was content marketing. Now, content marketing involved creating blog posts, how-to posts about how to use Alexa, how it can innovate your smart home even more, and how it can get your tasks done easily. The fifth and the most last thing was a part of traditional marketing indeed, promotions and discounts. They provided various type of discounts and various ways of promotional codes to influencers, to customers that directly come to their stores and offered them the Alexa. What was Alexa's main USP that gained all of the consumer attention and gained all of the traction that it did? It used innovative technology, it used convenience of people, it improved it to a very great extent, and therefore making it a very successful product.